Yes. Today we will learn about return on investment and return on equity. We will do calculation of these two. Let's go for a question. First of all, we will take a question. Question is given in your book. See, there is a newly started beauty parlor business and the person spent 1,50,000 to open the parlor, which he invested 70,000 is own capital, owner's capital, so we can say equity, and 80,000 rupees is the borrowed capital, we can say loan. Okay, and another thing it says that interest rate per annum. Interest is 7% per annum. It is given. Next one is sales revenue per month. That means sales. See, sales is given per month. That is 80,000. Okay. Next one is cost. Cost of goods sold is given 30,000. These are the variable expenses. Cost of goods sold is variable expenses, and इसके अलावा fixed expenses और given है. Fixed expenses are 30,000. 30,000 का explanation क्या है? 20,000 is salary and 10,000 is rent. And another of this depreciation is also given 3,000. So these two are description of fixed, this 30,000, and other than this 30,000, depreciation is given 3,000. Okay. Tax rate is at the rate 14%. This is tax rate. Let's solve return on investment and return on equity. First of all, we will write earning before interest and tax. What the earnings are given? Earnings are given 80,000. This is sales minus manufacturing cost, that is COGS. COGS is given 30,000 minus. So the gross profit is 50,000. After gross profit, we will minus fixed expenses. Total fixed expenses are C, fixed expenses. 20,000 salary is always fixed. Next thing is 10,000 rent is always fixed, and depreciation is also one of the fixed expense, because whether you use the machinery or not, but it will lose its value. So depreciation means reduction in value of fixed assets. Of course, with the time passage, whether you use it or not, with the time passage, it will lose its value. So all these are 30 plus 3,000. So I'll write here 30,000 fixed expenses minus depreciation 3,000, and the net profit will be, net profit means earnings before tax. Just 1 minute. इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स कितना हो जाएगा? 33 माइनस करेंगे 17,000. ओके, माइनस इंटरेस्ट. इंटरेस्ट कितना है? 7%. 7% per annum. So how much is the borrowed capital? 80,000. Rough work we will do 80,000, 7% for 1 month. Because all the information is given to related to 1 month, so we will calculate for 1 month. Do the calculation, everyone. Do the calculation. that is 467. So हम इसे complete round figure में ले लेते हैं 500, approximate 500 हम इसको round figure में ले लेते हैं. It will become 16,500. Okay. Now whatever is this profit, earning before tax, interest has gone. Now minus tax. Tax rate is 14%. Do the calculation again. 16,500. 14%. That is 2310. Okay. So to make calculation easy, we will do this. Round figure में ले लेते हैं. This is tax deducted. Now this is earning after interest and tax. These are the earnings which we earn. Earnings after interest and tax. These are the earnings. Now we will have to calculate return on investment. Let's see. Return on investment. Now we will calculate it. Return is 14,200 divided by investment. Total investment was 1,50,000. Okay. So into 100. Do the calculation and find out the percentage. This is 9.47%. Clear? This is called return on investment. Next is return on equity. If we will calculate return on equity, how we will do it? Return is same divided by equity capital. कितना था? Out of 150, 80,000 was borrowed capital. So 70,000 was equity capital. We will write here 70,000 into 100. We have to calculate in percentage. That is why we will write here into 100. Do the calculation. This is 20.29. This is called return on equity. So we have to understand this, all this, that we had profit. After this profit, first of all the expenses we will finish. COGS we will minus, then gross profit. All the fixed expenses will be minus, then this is the profit. This is net profit. Out of this net profit, first of all, we have to give interest. Interest on borrowed capital, 7% per annum. Accordingly, we will calculate. So interest will be deducted. Then the profit is there. Accurate net profit. Out of this net profit, we have to pay tax also. Tax, this amount 14%. Tax will be paid. So we paid here tax, and rest of the amount is available for distribution on dividends. This is called distributable profit. Yeah, earning after interest and tax. So this is the profit we get. From this profit, with this profit, we will do calculation for a return on investment and return on equity. This is the actual return. So return divided by, this is investment, so divided by total investment. We have to find out in percentage. That is why we will multiply with 100. This is return on investment. Return on equities, return is this divided by only equity capital. And we want to get the answer in percentage, so multiply it with 100. So we will find it return on equity. These were the numericals. Now we will go for some theory. Theory part is earning before interest, dividend, depreciation and amortization. I just explained here. I hope everybody has noted down. I'll delete it from here. And erase. Now we will learn about some terms. Earning before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization. Okay, this is the term given. So this is earning before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization. What does it mean? That we will calculate the, first of all, we will start with the profit which is earned, out of which, before that means out of which still all these things are not, all these four expenses are not deducted before earning, before deducting of all these expenses. What these expenses are? Interest, everybody knows, on borrowed capital, whatever we will pay, that is called interest. Tax is the government, levied by government. Depreciation, depreciation is always must in every organization, because if the fixed assets are there, if the business is going on, that means fixed assets will lose its value with the time passage, with the usage, with the accident, with anyhow. So depreciation is the fixed expense, is the must expense. Next one is amortization. Amortization, the term is something different. So one by one we will learn all these terms. Interest, first of all we will learn about interest. Interest is the amount which is paid on borrowed capital, or we can say cost of debt capital. We can say cost of debt capital. So before taking any financial resources, before determining financial resources, we have to consider this cost of debt and cost of equities also. If cost of debt, that means interest, is of high rate as compared to dividend, as compared to profit earned, as compared to earnings. If interest rate is high, then we should not go for borrowed capital. If interest rate is low as compared to earnings, as compared to dividends, then we can have borrowed capital. This is the interest. Okay. And investors point of view, this is the regular fixed income. Investors always want to invest their money in borrowed capital, that means bonds, mutual funds, debentures, public deposits, like that. They want to invest in borrowed capital, so that interest is a fixed payment obligation for company. Whether the company is earning profit or not, the company will pay off interest, and it will be a fixed regular income for the investors. That is why company doesn't like it, due to financial extra load in case of loss. But for investors it is very beneficial, due to without any risk regular income. Okay. Next term we will learn about tax. There are various type of taxes which is levied by government. Sometimes these taxes are levied by state government, or sometimes these taxes are levied by central government. What is the use of these taxes? Actually, whatever taxes are charged, these taxes are not charged on our expenses. These are charged on our profits, on our incomes. One thing. Second thing is, part of profit is taken by government as a tax, in form of tax, and it will be returned back to us. How in which form it will be returned back to us? These taxes will be returned back to us by government through giving us infrastructure facilities, various facilities. Government will use these taxes money in for the social or country-wise development. So of course, if the government is making good roads, so it will be beneficial for us. If government is making hospitals at every 10 steps, then it will be good for us. You know? So these are made utilized for social welfare, country welfare, people welfare, and in indirect form, these taxes will be returned back to us, because we are utilizing facilities against all these taxes. Clear? Now, the next step, next is depreciation. What is depreciation? Depreciation is reduction in value of fixed assets. Whatever assets we acquire in business for long period assets are called fixed assets. Whatever assets we acquire in business for longer period are called fixed assets, and these assets, during long period, these assets will lose their value. For example, we purchase a machinery for 1 lakh rupees, and since 20 years we are continuously using it. Do you think that after 20 years its value will remain same 1 lakh rupees? No. Suppose we want to sell off it. Can you imagine that it will be sold for 1 lakh? No, it can't. That is why, and cost will be distributed among these 20 years. Cost load भी कम हो जाएगा, and the valuation of fixed asset, accurate valuation will be done through depreciation charging. So it is a non-cash transaction, will be written on papers only, but at least it will value the fixed asset accurately. At the end of every year, we charge depreciation. Next term is amortization. What is this amortization? Amortization is just similar term of depreciation. Actually, depreciation is this term is used for tangible assets, but amortization is used for intangible assets. Whenever intangible assets loses its value, okay, then it is called amortization. For example, patent, copyright, trademark, all these things. Suppose we took a copyright for some formula, for some technology. We took a copyright for 20 years. Now 15 years stuck, we are just earning money because of the monopoly of that technology, or that recipe, or that formula, or that ingredient, whatever it is. So since it was copyright we took for that particular thing, we took copyright for 20 years, and since 15 years we were earning profit, we were enjoying monopoly in market on the basis of that copyright. Nobody can, they can copy, but as per law they can't, you know, so they can't compete us directly. That is why we were enjoying monopoly in market. After 15 years, we want to sell our copyright, our assets we want to sell off. So copyright is an intellectual property, is an intellectual asset. It will be valued before selling business. How much value will be given? Not for 20 years. The value of copyright will be evaluated on the basis of 5 years only, because the next company, whoever will purchase our business, the another owner will enjoy monopoly in market only for 5 years, and afterwards the other competitors will enter in market and he will lose his monopoly. So he will enjoy higher profit till 5 years only. So this is called amortization. So copyright, intellectual properties, intangible assets are also losing their value. This reduction in value is called amortization. These two terms are same, just the difference is depreciation is charged on tangible assets and amortization is charged on intangible assets. That's the only difference. Now today this chapter is over. If anybody having any queries, then you may ask Beta.
No, ma'am.
That's